The idiots have been in charge way too long. And that's why you're here. For the podcast you need. All for liberty all the time. Welcome to Liberty Bites Back. With your host, Brandon Emil.
The corporate prostitutes, as they gaslight their viewers, lie to their viewers, and change the subject to nonsense for their viewers. They controlled the narrative and got the result they wanted. That's why they instantly called it for Joe Biden. While we are now seeing the Electoral College Court play by Donald Trump coming into the final bell, that could change it all. It's something to see this one survey that was done about Hunter Biden's scandal, where it was exposed he's a middleman to help get Chinese and Ukrainian money to his father, as Joe Biden acts similar to a foreign national spy. If it would have been exposed of Joe Biden's money being made, along with Hunter Biden getting all his credit for every job he had because he was a Biden, and ultimately it was decided to him because of his father. We now see a glimpse of the horrors of the politicians in our countries as they push their allowed family into, and are pushing their family members into more wealth than all of us combined, as they are allowed to smoke crack and do drugs galore, get prostitutes, and get weird with random people. As many normal people are arrested daily for these actions of doing the same, they are creating a new class of people in the nation, an ultra-elite, rich class of politicians' family members. The fact the mainstream media, the corporate press, the legacy media, that needs to fail because they just lie to all their people and hide the news that all the people need to know. From the Washington Examiner, their article reads, Trump would have got 311 electoral college votes if media weren't biased. Survey. The liberal media's efforts to hide Joe Biden's related scandals from the voters and bury good news about the Donald Trump administration cost the president the election, according to two new voting surveys. Had voters known about the troubling issues swirling around the Democrats and some of the successes of the Trump White House, including the Middle East peace deals, job growth, and energy independence, enough people would have turned away from Biden to give Trump 311 electoral votes, more than enough to win, so the polls shared with secrets. Ripping the media, Brent Bozell, founder of the Media Research Center, said, had they done their jobs, Donald Trump would have won the election. Bozell added, this is not a happenstance. This is not coincidence. What's more, the media had a partner in Twitter, which Bozell said censored Trump, his campaign, or family members 262 times during the end of his campaign. Biden's team was never censored. In one survey for MRC by McLowen and Associates, enough of Biden's voters would have switched their selection had they known about his son Hunter's money scandal to give Trump a victory. In that poll, 4.6% of Biden's voters said they would not have selected him if they would have been aware of his son's China money affair. In the second, done by the polling company MRC, 17% of voters would have shifted away from Biden had they known about Biden's scandals and Trump's achievements. A survey of voters in the key battle states of Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin found enough Biden voters switching to give Trump the win in each state. The survey did not assume that those voters leaving Biden would shift to Trump, showing how close those races were. Bozell's group has been critical of the media during the Trump years and during the election. He said that the press hid or muted reports about sexual assault allegations against Biden, the Hunter Biden affair, the scorecard showing that running mate Senator Kamala Harris is the Senate's most liberal member. The polling company survey also found that up to half of Biden's supporters didn't know about key Trump achievements, including recent economic growth in the program to speed coronavirus vaccines called Operation Warp Speed. He would have won 311 electoral votes. To put it another way, and look at the final slide, and this is the number that is stunning. 17% of Biden voters would not have voted for Joe Biden had they been aware of at least one of those 8 stories. So just think about that for a second. Donald Trump would have won every single contested race in America. Of the 6 contested races, he would have won every single one, and you would have had at least 311 electoral votes, said Bozell. He urged Republicans and conservatives to shift away from mass media and take their stories to social media. We have to give up on the national news media, he said in a call with conservative leaders. But he added that social media may not be as friendly, citing efforts by Facebook and Twitter to limit the voices of conservatives. If our legacy media would not be the hiders of truth, the liars to the people, and the gaslighting of the scandals that are to be exposed, Donald Trump would have already won this election.